The dinner rush had just begun when Daniel Carter wiped syrup off his daughter's fingers and smiled at her across the table. "Slow down, Lucy," he said softly. "Those pancakes are not running away." Lucy giggled, her feet swinging beneath the booth. She was 6, missing one front tooth, and completely unaware that the man sitting across from her owned the restaurant they were in. To her, this was just their Friday place. A small diner with warm lights, cracked vinyl seats, and the smell of butter that clung to your clothes. To Daniel, it was everything he had left of his old life. 3 years earlier, after his wife died suddenly from an undiagnosed heart condition, the diner had almost slipped through his fingers. Grief hollowed him out. Bills stacked up. Employees worried. But Lucy needed stability more than he needed collapse, so Daniel learned how to keep moving while hurting. He hired a general manager, stepped back from daily operations, and showed up quietly when he could. Usually as just another customer. That night, he had come straight from picking Lucy up from her school play. He was still wearing his worn jacket, the one with a frayed cuff and a faint coffee stain near the pocket. He looked tired. He looked ordinary. Which is why Amanda Reese noticed him. Amanda had been promoted to floor manager only 2 months earlier. She took her job seriously, maybe too seriously. Theft had been a problem lately. People dining and dashing. Fake complaints for free meals. Her boss had warned her to stay alert. So when she saw a man and a child sitting at a corner booth, lingering long after finishing their food, whispering and laughing, her suspicion stirred. She watched as Daniel pulled a folded bill from his pocket, counted it once, then frowned. He checked his wallet again, then sighed. He waved over the server. "I'm really sorry," Daniel said quietly. "I thought I had more cash. I can pay most of it now and come back with the rest first thing in the morning." The server hesitated. "I need to check with the manager." Amanda approached, posture stiff. "What seems to be the problem here?" she asked. Daniel explained again, his voice calm, his eyes never leaving Lucy, who had suddenly gone quiet. Amanda crossed her arms. "We do not allow partial payments. If you ordered, you pay. That is the rule." "I understand," Daniel said. "I promise I will return. I live nearby. You can hold my ID if you want." Amanda's jaw tightened. She had heard that before. "I'm sorry," she said, already pulling out her phone. "But I can't let you walk out without paying. I'm calling the police." Lucy's eyes widened. "Daddy?" Daniel felt his chest tighten. "Please," he said, more urgently now. "This is unnecessary. I own this place. I can settle this internally." Amanda scoffed. "Right. And I own the moon." She turned away and dialed. The restaurant grew quieter as the word spread. People stared. Lucy's lip trembled. "It's okay," Daniel whispered, pulling her close. But inside, something old and heavy stirred. The familiar ache of being judged by appearances. Of being assumed irresponsible. Dangerous. A problem. Within minutes, 2 officers arrived. Calm, professional. They listened as Amanda explained the situation, pointing at Daniel like he was already guilty. One officer turned to him. "Sir, is this true? You refused to pay your bill?" "No," Daniel said. "I offered a solution. And for what it's worth, my name is Daniel Carter." The second officer froze. "Carter," he said slowly. "As in Carter's Diner?" Daniel nodded. A silence fell over the room. "That's your place?" the officer asked. "Yes," Daniel replied. "I just don't usually announce it." The officer glanced at Amanda. Her face drained of color. He radioed in quickly, then looked back at Daniel. "Sir, there seems to be a misunderstanding. We apologize for the inconvenience." Lucy looked up. "So Daddy's not in trouble?" The officer smiled gently. "No, sweetheart. He's not. Amanda stood frozen, humiliation washing over her. I didn't know, she stammered. You didn't look like. Like what? Daniel asked, not unkindly. She had no answer. Daniel paid the bill in full once another manager accessed the system. The officers left. Customers slowly returned to their meals, though the atmosphere had changed. Amanda approached the table, voice shaking. I'm so sorry. I made a mistake. Daniel studied her for a moment. He saw fear there, not malice. Pressure. A young woman trying to prove herself. You did your job as you understood it, he said. But next time, lead with compassion. Not suspicion. She nodded, tears in her eyes. The next morning, Amanda received an email asking her to come in early. She expected to be fired. Instead, Daniel was waiting with coffee. I want you to stay, he said. But I want you to learn who we serve. People are more than how they look when they walk through the door. Amanda swallowed hard. I will. I promise. Daniel smiled, just a little. That evening, Lucy taped her drawing to the office wall. It showed a diner, a dad, and a girl holding hands under bright lights. Daniel looked at it and felt something rare settle in his chest. Peace.